discussing about basic app development in Salesforce. So using with the help of quick start as well as new app button. Okay, these are the two ways of creating application, and so two types of app types we have seen. Two types of apps we have. What is the first one?
Console and the other one.
Custom.
Custom, okay.
Okay, custom app as well as console app. So what is the property of console? What is the beauty of console?
Console can open like many tabs at the time, and custom you can only access like one tab at a time. Console also it shows the drop down. And also does it have many fields? Sorry, I just didn't get a chance to practice it all.
Okay, you explained correct thing only. So the tabs arrangement and the record arrangement, open the record arrangement is exactly absolutely correct. So that is about application types as well as application creation. We have seen, I hope we have created applications in both ways. Am I correct? So after that, we already seen the relation between application, object, and tab. So what is the relation exactly? Tabs will be lies on application and contains associated object to it. Here tab is the keyword, so tab is the key, which lies on tab includes or lies on the application or app. Okay, which contains link to the associated object. So when you click on object, that means that opens the associated object. Okay, so that is the purpose of having a tab, and where this actually lies on displays on the tabs bar of the particular application. Okay, so wherever this tab includes, that line we call as tabs bar of that particular application. Okay, so after getting familiar with application, now we will go for how to create the object. Okay, so let me choose the application what we have created. So hospital is one application, right? And also company.
Yeah.
Which one, company or hospital?
We did hospital because the company you already had the.
Okay, we did hospital. So for our continuation with the implementation of different concepts, so we will use hospital. Okay, I will rename this hospital with your, any identifier. Yeah, we have defined one managers object. So when click on managers, so it is ready to take the manager name info. Okay. Now we are trying to create another object. So and will attach beside managers. So right side to the manager tab. So let us assume so hospital is the app name here, and manager is object. Okay, and managers is tab associated to it, tab name. So give me some suggestions so that I will quick create another object so that I will attach to this.
We can do patients, we can do nurses with the hospital.
Okay. So patient info, okay?
Okay.
So patient info. For that, this is the path, standard way of creating object. We have different ways. So you can able to create object creation in two ways. Okay. So one is using the standard setup by using setup path to create object, as well as Schema Builder. Okay. So let's see both ways how we can create object. So this is the setup way. Under build, expand, create. So click on objects link. So here we have new custom object button. So click on that. Okay. So these things related to object. So this is where you need to give the label name patient info, the label for the object, and the object name is the schema name that you know, and the plural name means the name that uses for the tab label creation. Okay. Again, info, students info. I'm making this, and after that you can use your own help and training page, or you can use the standard salesforce.com help and training window. So every object contains this link. So this is the help and training page for this object. Okay. So like this, for every object on the home page of that object, we will have on the right side top, so this help and training link. So whenever you define, here you can see custom S control, visual force page. These are the two things. So both are some web pages only, but this S control is depends upon JavaScript, that defined based upon JavaScript. So after 2007, this is This is superseded by Visual Force pages, Visual Force technology. Okay, so we will use wherever required S control. So in that area, we will replace that value with Visual Force page. So because of the advanced technology that we will use in Visual Force pages.
So that means Java is not required anymore, or?
This is only, that is another thing what we are asking. So here, what I am explaining here, so to define web pages, wherever required web pages in Salesforce, so we will use Visual Force technology instead of S controls. Okay, so this is the advanced technology. So before Visual Force being created, there was S control concept like that.
What is S control?
Yeah, S control is just like a web page. S control is just like web page, but created or built using the JavaScript. Okay, but Visual Force is based on Apex. So with the Apex language, we will build Visual Force pages. Okay. So this is just like this is just where you need to set your help and training window. Okay. So this one. So if I open the manager's object, on the manager's object, here you can see help for this page. This link we are customizing. So whenever user click on that link, something should open. So if you have one page for this help and training, so you can select that page from the other categories, like by selecting Visual Force from the list of available pages. So these are the list of available pages that I am having. Okay, you can use any one. So whenever the user click on that, the page will open. Okay. So by default, this is the page where user will be redirected when click on that help and training button. Okay. So after that, I'm keeping this as it is. So as defined by Salesforce only, the default one. So this is where I told you standard fields, record name, owner, last modified, created by. So you can customize the name of record name field. Okay. So previously, you can give your whatever on your choice. So patient name, I'm giving patient name. Okay, that is the required field. So wherever you can see the red symbol before the text, so that we call as required field. Okay, one field will get created after this. Once the object gets created with the name having label patient name. So what is the field name here? Patient name, and the data type for that field is text type. Okay, or you can change this to auto number, and you can make patient number and some serial. So this is the series in which the numbers will be auto populated for every record. Okay, so I'm making this record name title as patient number and making this is taking this auto number type for this patient number, and the display format I'm choosing in the manner, okay, P-0000. So after that, the first record will contain the 0001. Okay. Then after, for every new record, one value will be incremented to this number. So will be assigned 0002, 0003, P0004, like that in that pattern. Okay.
Okay.
So later you can design the application form. So as of now, once after creating this object, patient info object, you can it makes you to insert details like patient number. Every record contains these details. After that, owner of the record, when this record gets created and by whom, that info, and date info, date and time info of the creation. After that, last modified info, last modified by whom, and date and time when that gets last modified, that record. Okay. So these details will be tracked. You cannot able to insert any details other than this as of now. So why? Because this also system generated number. System generated. Just you need to click on save. So for every new click on save button, it will automatically assigns values. Okay, and these are the system tracked by the system, Salesforce system, and patient number also auto-generated, auto number type. So system itself adds this value. So user cannot interact with the form as of now. To interact with this object info form, you need to build, okay, custom fields. So once after having this object, you need to go for creating the custom fields. So in that you can able to track the info like patient name. So whatever the details we need, okay, we will discuss these things. So like that. Okay. So these are the standard fields. So after that, record name field, definition done. So you have the optional features like you can able to enable reporting feature on this particular object. You can allow activities, other activities. So you can track the field history. That means what is the previous value, okay? So what are the values that have entered in the history in the past. So those details will be tracked. And also charter groups. So there is one charter application in Salesforce, Salesforce charter. Okay. So in that we have a different charter groups. So in that charter groups, you can use things related to this object. So that feature you are enabling from here. And object classification, you can allow record sharing manually. You can allow bulk import export activities. So wherever streaming required, that activity is also allowed. And deployment status is important thing here. So you need to know the exact meaning of what is deployed. So if it is in development mode, option selected, you are still working on that object and you do not release this to the real-time users. So end users cannot able to access this object and cannot work on that object. Deployed means, so you have done everything and tested this object and released it to the end users in this stage. Okay, that we call as deployed and development modes.
So
always you need to. Yeah.
So once the object is deployed, can you make changes into it?
Yeah, you can make this. So whenever required, you can change this to development again. Okay, sometimes some failures will occur in the whenever you release the updates. So to revert, to immediately restrict users access to the object, so you need to change the setting from deployed to development and rework on that, and you can reassign deployed states. Okay. In emergency situations, normally it doesn't occur. No problem. So allow search option. You can search records from this object. So by using the global search bars. Okay. This is where you can search entire keywords related to the Salesforce organization. So from that you can search. And you can allow ads and attachments related list to this object page layout. So on every record, every patient record, there will be related notes section, there will be another attachment section, okay, that will be visible. So if this option enables. And when the user clicks on launch new custom tab wizard after saving this tab, so it will take you to the creation of new object tab by selecting this object. So you are making the user interface for this object. Okay. New custom tab, create wizard. So I have selected this option and clicking on save. So that immediately it will take me to the creation of new custom tab for this new patient info object. So this is how this item selected here. So the tab style is important. The look and feel of tab will be selected. You can see. So whenever the manager clicks on manager tab, so the backend color is highlighted color is blue, and it is the icon is telephone here. Okay. So like that similar way, you can choose different tab styles. So you can hide already used tab styles. So using this, and you can then you will see only unique styles that are not used anywhere. Okay. So pencil style, stethoscope style. So as this is patient, so I think this is a thing you can select. Okay. So I am taking the stethoscope style for this patient object, patient info object. So and these are the optional description and flash page link this page to the flash page. Okay, so as of now I don't have any flash page created for this, so I'm not using anything, just clicking on next. So this is where you can set the visibility of the tab. So tab is having 3 different settings where we are discussing the tabs. Okay, so we are in the creation of custom object tab. Okay, so in that, step 1 is select object which is not having object tab to it. Okay, so in this step you will select the object which doesn't have object tab to it. Okay, and in the same step select tab style which defines the tab highlighting color for the tab and logo for the tab. So it will make you select the highlighting color as well as the logo for the tabs. Okay. So in the first step. Step 2, define the security model for the tab. So this is the step 2. So in this 3 securities, 3 visibility, you can say either security model or visibility settings for the tab. Okay. So 3 visibility settings we have. So one called as default on, default of tab hidden. Default on means the tab will be displayed on the tabs bar. Okay, and whenever user clicks on the tab, it opens the link that it contains to associated object. So this is the setting to make tab to be displayed on the tabs bar. It displays tab the tabs bar. Okay. So coming to the default off means it doesn't appear on the tabs bar, but the user can still access the associated object by clicking plus symbol. See here. So this is the plus symbol. From that they can use the tab. Okay, they can access the tab when this is the setting that we have defined. And the other one is tab hidden. So when this setting is enabled, the tab will be in hidden mode and cannot can't access by the user in either ways. So the tab will be hidden from this tabs bar as well as from the plus symbol. Okay, so plus symbol means here you can see all tabs. So when click on plus symbol, it opens all the tabs that are available in our Salesforce. So you can make, you can take the individual settings for each and every profile, or you can make one setting for all profiles. Okay, by default it is default on to every profile users.
Okay.
So click next. This is where you need to decide on which application you are including this tab. So I'm excluding from every application and only this to be displayed on our hospital application. Okay, and then so now our hospital application contains this patient's info. Okay, in addition to the previous tabs. So when click on tabs, patient's info, so this contains the highlighted style that we have selected stethoscope and with the stethoscope logo on the home page. So when I try to create new record, as of now there is no inputting fields here. So to access this one, as I told you, so whatever the fields that are created with at the time creating object, so these are the fields. Okay. So this also system generated and everything will be in system generated fields. So we cannot enter any details. Why? Because patient number is of type auto number type. So if it is a text type, so that is in the case of managers, we have selected text type. So that's why it is asking user to enter some value. Okay, this also record name only. We have labeled this as manager name and of type text we have used. So user need to enter some value, and details will be tracked. Okay, like ABC manager. See what happens? What are the details packed in the case of text? For record name is text. 1 user defined value and 3 system defined values. Okay. So in the case of patient info, so we made this to auto number. So you just need to click on save, and one record will automatically get created, and this info is also system generated, not user defined. This is of read only field, you can see. Okay, understood?
Okay.
So now let's see how to build this form. I will use the schema builder. Okay, I told you creation of object is 2 ways. Okay, this is where. Okay, the one is system setup path, standard setup path. Another one is schema builder. So let's see how this object can be created using schema builder. Go to setup. And scroll down, you will get the schema builder option. So in the build, this is the schema builder.
Okay.
And so where this is where you can see what are the available objects there in our Salesforce. So these are individual objects, and this shows the relation between one another. If I zoom it, okay. So these are the. This is just like how our objects related to one another, like that, the arrangement in the schema. Okay, so issue after clear all, on the left side it will disappear everything on the preview page. So here we have another tab, elements. So and different options, like you can able to create object from here, and for object, so you can use different field types and create fields on that object. So let me create one object. Okay, these are the things that we have just discussed. Okay, so I'm not explaining anything here. If you found anything new, so we can discuss. So patients info done, managers done. Can you suggest a third object so that
Nurses.
related to hospital?
Nurses.
Okay. Nurse. Nurses. Okay. So this is the required information that we have provided and deployed more. So allowing reports, activities, tracking field history, okay, available to customer portal, like that. So add Google Notes attachments like info. Click save. Customer success portal. Okay, remove this one. Okay. So object created with this info. So created by, last modified by, nurse name, okay, owner, so like that. So nurse name is of type what? Text. So let me create one tab. You need to create a tab by using the standard setup only. Okay, we don't have the option from Schema Builder. So under create, click on tabs and then create object tab. So click on new, select nurse here, click on tab style and again use stethoscope. So this is the stethoscope. Okay, click on next. Default on for every profile. So include this tab only for hospital. Click save. Okay. So nurses tab included for hospital. So here when click on new, so what happened? This record name is of type text. So that's why it's asking to enter the value. Here you can see in the Schema Builder and you can observe. So patient info. Okay, this is the patient info and nurses. So one we have defined using auto number. It is not asking any details to be entered by the user. It is not allowing user to enter any values, and itself taking values. So why? Because this is of type auto number. Okay, that is the only thing difference between these two types. Okay. So now I'm start exploring, extending my objects. So for student, I'm taking student name, sorry, patient name. So patient name is of type text I'm taking. So the label name would be patient name, and description, help text, optional. So length of that field taking 40 characters length, and default value, no default value. So user need to enter this value. And if this option enables required, so this value is required. So you cannot make this field empty while saving the record. When this unique value enabled, you cannot make duplicate values. So entire object should contain unique values only. Okay, only unique values for this particular field only. And if this external ID is enabled, it will check incoming values from the external documents like XML, like Excel sheet we have, and also .csv formatted sheets we will use for the importing activities. So it will check whether the field contains duplicate values or not in the so many number of records that we are importing inside Salesforce. I'm not making any changes. So why? Because patient name may also contains duplicate names. Okay. So saving this field. So this is how easily we can create the field using the Schema Builder option of creating fields. But after defining the field here, you need to check whether the field gets added or not once. Okay. Then after you can add the field if the field not added. So by editing the page layout. So this field gets added. Why? Because this is required field. Now you can see you cannot save this. Why? Because it is asking to enter value for this field because of the required property enabled. So patient name, patient 1. Okay. So text type takes both alphabets as well as numbers. Fine. But when you are using text type for naming fields, you need to use validation rules. So with the help of validation rules, you can control the user to enter only A to Z characters, not zeros, not numerics, not symbols like that. So we will use validation rules for the naming fields. So patient 1, so this is done. The other way of defining the same fields for this object. So one is using the quick access menu. So this we call as, this floating window we call as force.com quick access menu. So from this, beside view fields section, so when you click on view fields, it opens the detailed info about the fields of this particular object. So view object, details of this object, validation rules that are defined on this object. So if there is any approvals, that info. Okay. So editing the application properties, hospital application here. So you can edit the hospital application properties by using this link. You can edit the patient's info properties because that is the tab. Okay. So when you click on this, you can able to reorder the fields arrangement on this form. So you can rearrange like you can take created by to the right side of the form or owner field to the left side of the form, like that. You can rearrange the fields. Import data. So it opens import data wizard. By using that, you can import so how many number of records into this object with the help of import data wizard. You can see here, so beside the view field, we have new plus symbol. So when click on that plus symbol, it follows a step-by-step manner of creating the field, and the field will be added onto this object form. Okay. So let me create in this way as well. So this is the step-by-step process. In the step 1, we will select the data type of the field. So in the schema builder, I have chosen text type. Okay. So these are the remaining data types, and details about that data types will be available when you follow the standard way of creating the fields. Okay. So what is a property of auto number? You can go through. So formula, roll-up summary, lookup, master detail, relationships, external lookup, checkbox, currency, date, date time, email. So these are actually two categories of field types we are having from this window. So one we call as relations. So from here to here, these are relations. Lookup relationship, master detail relationship, external lookup relationship. Relationships among objects. Okay, if you can see the schema builder here. So this is individual object, this is individual object. There is no relation between these two. If you want to make relation between these two, you can use either lookup relationship or master detail relationship. So for example, if I take account object, as well as contact, so contact is here. So this is account. So both are having some link. Both are having some link. You can see that. Okay. So when you place the cursor on that link, so this is the link which shows the lookup relationship from contact to account. That means account and contact having lookup relationship among them. So this type of relations and what is the benefit of which relationship, those things we will